Good afternoon, everyone. We're looking at brief history of genetics, and today, in 1860, a scientist called Gregor Mendel, who lived between 1822 to 1884, made a remarkable discovery through his experiments and interpreted the result of the experiment mathematically. The following are his conclusions. Character or trait are transmitted from generation to generation. Gregor Mendel called such characters as hereditary. There are hidden factors responsible for the transmission of character, which are transmitted from generation to generation. Mendel called them hidden factors. Mendel called the hidden factors gene. Then the study of gene expression. The study of gene expression is called genetics. Among population of same species, there are variations of character. Mendel discovered that the gene represents the unit of hereditary are of different form. The different forms of gene are called alleles. Alleles therefore is the source of variation among population of same species. Generally speaking, genetics can be defined as the biological study of heredity and variation. Genetics is studied under three perspectives: transmission genetics, molecular genetics, and population genetics. We're looking at transmission genetics. Transmission genetics deals with the transfer of character from parents to offsprings, while molecular genetics focuses on known on how a biochemical hereditary material are expressed as gene. Population genetics deals with genetic variation among populations of the same species. Then transmission genetics is also called Mendelian or inheritance genetics. Gregor Mendel was awarded the father of genetics because he was able to interpret the results of the experiment using mathematical model. In a garden, Gregor Mendel became interested in several characters of a particular plant called garden pear. Some of the plants were tall while others were short. Some have yellow flower while others have red flower. Some have smooth seed while others have wrinkled seed. Mendel then called these several characters of the same plants as a pair of contrasting characters. The first experiment Mendel carried out was called a monohybrid cross. A monohybrid cross is a cross that involves only one pair of contrasting character. For example, the cross between a tall and short plant. Mendel's first law, that's the law of segregation. Gregor Mendel propounded the first law of heredity, which is the law of segregation. The law stated that genes occur in pairs during reproduction. Each pair separates to different sex cell. From the law of the following terms are important. Monohybrid cross. A monohybrid cross is a cross between pair of contrasting gene. And two, phenotype. A phenotype is a heritable character that manifests out physically. The genotype is the total genetic makeup of an organism. Dominant character. A dominant character are characters that suppresses the appearance of other characters if they are heterozygous. Recessive character. A recessive character is character that is being suppressed but appears when they are heterozygous states. Homozygous, a breed of similar gametes, while heterozygous, a breed of different gametes. We have what is called dihybrid cross. Dihybrid cross is a kind of cross that involves two pair of contrasting characters. Supposing a tall, short plant producing red flower is crossed with a short plant producing red flower. What is the phenotype and the genotype of the first filial generation? If the first filial generation self-pollinates, what is the proportion of the second filial generation? You can see that the parent phenotype is tall slash yellow, which cross with short slash red. That is the parent phenotype in tall and yellow. It is monozygous. The Y for short and red is homozygous. The parent genotype is capital letter T and small capital letter Y. Y for the short slash red, it is small letter T and small letter Y. Then the genesis is, if you cross them, you have TY, capital letter TY and small letter TY. Now look at the second law of Mendel, which is the law of independence. The law states that the genes which occur in pair are separated independently to different sex cells during reproduction. This means that the separation of the other gene arising from the hybrid crossing, the following terminology is important. Back cross. The back cross is a technique whereby products of the filial generation is crossed with the parent genotype. The purpose of the crossing is to show which of the three slash character is homozygous recessive. You have what is test cross. Test cross is a technique whereby the product of any of the generation are crossed among themselves. The purpose of test cross is to achieve a specific goal in the crossing. Determination. Every individual have 46 chromosomes. During reproduction, it pairs up into 23 each. The 46 chromosome is called diploid chromosome, while the 23 paired chromosome released during reproduction is called haploid chromosome. The diploid chromosome is represented as 2 raised to power n, and the haploid chromosome is represented as n. Each haploid chromosome is divided into two types, which is the somatic chromosome and the sex chromosome. Somatic chromosomes are 22 in number, while sex chromosome is just one. Somatic chromosomes are also called autosome chromosome or sex cell. The sex cell is divided into two, which is the X and Y. A male sex cell is represented as XY, while the female sex cell is represented as XX. The X chromosome is very fat and has energy, but the Y is very slim and has little or less energy. The Y chromosome is faster than the X chromosome, but the X stays longer in the woman's body than Y. Now look at probability. If two heterozygous male are crossed, then produce ratio of their offspring is 9:3:3:1, where 9 with normal eyes and normal tails, then 3 with droopy eyes and normal tails, 3 with normal eyes and crunkly tails, 1 with droopy eyes and crunkly tail. What is the probability that an offspring of the above cross will have normal eyes and normal tail, or have droopy eyes and a crunkly tail? Where probability is normal eyes and a normal tail equal to 9, then total number of occurrence is 16. We have 9/16. Then the probability for droppy eyes and concrete tails equal to 1. You have 1/16. If you add the two together, it give you 9/16 plus 1/16. If you add the 9 plus 1 is 10, that will give you 10/16. So this is where I stopped.